there's that. Okay. All right, so it's showing now.
Good. Here's yours.
Yeah, just so you can. I mean, people can see you now.
No, that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so, I don't know why I did that. Okay, let's go here. Here it is.
It's
Okay.
really crazy. So I just regret that Corey pushing me during the live chat. You have to show me the correctly.
That's it.
No. Okay, now it's good.
Mm-hmm. People can see and hear you now. There's 12 people on.
Uh, hello guys. We're um, um, sorry. It's a Monday morning. It's a really discourages a lot of people for pandemic, and then we had you can zoom in and zoom out, Corey. So
Mm-hmm.
probably I can talk 45 minutes, and then I can explain to you a little bit better how to match custom color. And whenever I lecture, a lot of people want to come down to my laboratory, and then they ask me so many questions. Um, but as you know, I don't have any much time at that time. Right now, I do have a time, but I cannot see you guys except the mask, which is I do have. But anyway, it's great day. It's Monday. Regardless, we have to learn more about the quality control and then custom color too. And hello guys. Gabriela, Jianju, General, Smiley is good. Okay, so you can look. Corey, you can show them to my. The number one, we have to see the communications regarding the photo, which is I show you guys regarding the color, and as you can see, this color and the more issue. Issue meaning so we have to choose the color, and then what kind restoration will be, and then you can see this tab which did not match it. So what I'm saying, the photograph is very important to begin to start. Otherwise, I will have the problem. So if I have this kind of photo, which is I cannot see the relay with this color, I don't see, and especially here, you see the blood. That's the contamination. So you cannot see much about the color. And also problem not only dark color, but also here, dehydrations. Dehydration meaning between the other teeth as more dry. So whenever patient has the hydrated, and then they got the problem to match this final color. So number one, I need the photography from the doctors, and then I can get the better information from the doctor. Just like this, I want better than before, as you can see. Color matching is the um, very important to matching with the Jason teeth compared to shade tabs, which is the one of shade tabs is I fabricate this, which is custom color, which is low value, and then this one is the high value. Okay, high value meaning it's not related between here and this. Okay, this is probably low value here. But with the translucency, some of the tools you have to see, then we can figure it out later, the final restoration, just like that. Remember, central, whenever I do match central, I have to match central. It's not relay with the lateral. Okay, so that was just communications tool you can check. And The other one is the, like I said, in a low value, and also a lot of bleeding here. That's not good. So shade tab is always high value. So you have to watch out compared to matching the Jason T's. It's very imperative, but we've been doing work with them so many years regarding this shade tab, which is high value. Okay, this patient is low value here, right? And then here is a lot of bleeding. That's the actually it's not good shade tab. I mean, not good photo informations. And then I got some. When you have a question, you can talk to me. Then I can give you the information regarding the this. This is a good communication tools from the natural teas, and the value and mamelon. So you can talk about the mamelon, and then here is the gingiva color, and then finally we're trying to set up this will be matched just like the other side, because canine did not relate much about this lateral color. Lateral is more lighter than central, so I can make a little bit more darker colors over there, and which is high value. Okay, and no problem, user A, thank you. um, like this is a little bit awkward position. um, anyway, appreciate you guys attention. Now the value, you see the high value, from the patient tools color here. Now you can work with the shade tab, no problem. Okay, so you can work with the shade tab, and then subtle translucency here. Okay, and then K9 you could make the another cosmetic color, which means I just noticed this is a fake restoration. Someone fabricated. Maybe we fabricated with that one. Okay. So this one compared to underneath is dark color, so you can use high opacity. For example, I can use zirconia or Lisi BOO, which is high opacity. The shade color is really bright restorations color. And same thing central. When you have this central color, all the time I got the single implant cases is different. Meaning you get look at this is how wide it is. This is the natural, because the whenever whoever patient don't have any temporary for single crowns, and it will be erupted, which is widely, and occlusions tight. So whenever I fabricate it, and then I have to make more trick, trying to make the lobe direction, but here's more lobe directions to make better contouring. Of course, here is not as much this, but it will be is a little bit wider than number 8. Okay, but single implant as well as this one is a high value. You see the high value. Okay. So what I'm talking about the value is reflected and absorption. How much absorbed, how much reflected. So whenever you see the color, you see reflection, just like not deep enough, meaning is high value. Low value meaning just like window. Whenever you see the window and you see through directly. See through directly meaning transparent. That depends on the transparency, and transparent is more window. Just like when you see window, it sees through everything. Transparent is fuzzy a little bit. That's transparency. So whenever you're using the porcelain powders, you have a lot of porcelain enamel color, so you can utilize it and do more created low value. Okay, so someone said, can you make the veneer for dark prep stumps or is crown better? That's a good question. Whenever I have the dark prep color, and then all the time you look at the Jason teeth, what Jason teeth look like. Okay, what do you mean Jason teeth? Next tooth. If next tooth is gray, if next tooth is dark, you don't have any much problem. Okay, but next tooth has a more high value, and then you have to using the more high value, such as you have to mask it. Mask meaning dark, and then we have to mask. I'm going to show you a little bit more the other photo later. Is more clearly I can talk. But it's a good point is you can talk to the doctor. Hey doctors, when you have the dark stump color, and please prep more. Okay, no minimum prep, just prep a little bit more. For example, patient said, doctor, I need a really bright color, just pour white, and you have a problem. After they trim it, 310 to 10s, I don't recommend it. They have to prep more. But if patient said, I want natural, then should be okay. Then I can utilize with the Lisi ceramic and with the different opacity level. So you have to learn about the opacity level, meaning the not only A, B, C, D color, okay, A1, B1, blah, 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 right? 3D color, same thing. But underneath, we have a more bleaching color. But what I'm talking about, the shade tab, usually not matching the natural teeth at all. Only matching the fake teeth. So, are you going to match the fake teeth, created fake teeth, or natural teeth? That's the issue. Pretty simple. Shade tab is the only guide for you. Just a little bit here, a little bit there. That's it. Okay, so that's therefore I need good photography from the doctor, or they can send the patient. Sometimes I got the patient from out of state because the young woman, beautiful woman, cosmetic, they want pretty. Of course, they have a problem. 2, 3, whatever, they fly down to my laboratory usually, but not right now. It's pandemic. So I told them don't come. I know it's not comfortable. Everybody's in probably your plane is cheaper than before. So I have to see the patient. Then I can not only see the tooth color, and then their shape, and then contour, and then I can see everything. Whenever they have a moisture, and then demoisture, and then I see smile, so I can write it down the more information to make them better cook. I all the time compare to cook. So that's the, oh no problem, thank you. Okay, so that's the informations I can talk. And now this is a value, same thing with same token. Okay, it's pretty simple color, but it is not. The value has some translucency, which means more concentrated here inside your 1/3. That's the key. Okay, look at this natural teeth, how beautiful natural teeth. Sometimes I see here entire value, but it's not. I do have overlay with tops, little bit. Translucency covered it. Makes sense to you? One more time. Here is a translucency, right? With a halo. And then here's a body. And then overlay with a subtle enamel. So that's the natural teeth. Okay. And this one is a good communication, but to me it's a little bit bright. And we made it 2 anterior crowns, and then we notice it. Probably doctor said, patient said it's too bright. Okay, this is too bright picture, but no problem to rechange the color. The only thing is I have to compensate with which one, this or here. All right, so all the time dilemma. However, I see the common color here, which is gray, pink, brown, low value. So I can utilize here low value, And then here is the more enamel here, and then with the mamelon, so we can put it in there. Then we can match, not exactly this, but probably this. Usually, trying to match the bright color is better because then patient will going to change this color in the future. Look at the fake teeth. You see, the one solid monocolor. So that's why people all the time write it down the monolithic, whatever. Anyway, that looks like the PFM to me. All right, regarding the material selections, is a very important picture, which is I show you, and that much is dark color, which is other guy said, how can I match the dark color? So here's the dark color, exactly what I'm talking about here. Look at this, how thick it is. Okay, if I don't have any thickness, guess what? I will see this more color underneath. So it's hard to match this. So this one, at least 1 millimeter, 1.2 millimeter reduction for facial, which is half section it. Okay, it's not full crown. Half section the teeth. Okay, so we can do that. And hello, IZ. All right, material selection is here. So whatever you use the colors, ingot, there's a lot of materials out there, CMAX and Lisi, whatever. But I'm a Lisi fan, and I have their products, so I can see from the middle side. Middle side has the high opacity. Remember I told you the high opacity. So this one is high opacity. You see, all high opacity. So medium opacity. But think about it, this is gray, low opacity. That's the great point. This is only made the enamel, which is minimum prep. When you need the dark color underneath, prep cover it, then you need a high opacity. But you have to choose the better stain and layering selection as well. So this is a great information for you guys. So all the time choose it and try it. Don't be afraid. Okay? And then I can finish the final restoration like this, which is a mimic with the natural lifelike restorations. So what is the difference? Like I told you, this one is the enamel. I just duplicated, just like explained to you previously. And Corey, you can show them some more magnified the case. Great. Yes, awesome. Then you see these more translucency here duplicated, but not all the way same as here. Little less here, and the canine is different. Okay. Not only this, and we make the it's better enamel overlay just a little bit over the value, over the crown. Make sense to you? There's more importance, as design. So interior design from midline, and then I want to get the horizontal line, correctly get it. That's extremely important, probably more than color. Okay, and then I can fabricate it with lobe design. Depends on the size, cut it or what. So I can make this better depth. Depends on the size, okay? Depends size. If a size is wide, I can go more toward distally. If size is small, width is very small, then go to more medially. So then that lobe angle, so just like that, we just make like this. So this one is very important. You have to match it in order to match great 6-unit cases. Okay, not only the color. And then you notice it step down the teeth compared to this, right? Step down, step.
Oh, look, it disconnected. There we go.
Okay, you have to watch out the other side. And lady, hello, from Island, Fujik, and yeah, thank you. Thanks for watching anyway. Because of you, I'm still talking. All right, so here's the horizontal line. We just noticed that. We just put it in there, and then here is the vertical ridge. So make it more wide looking, okay? Wide looking, right? So this is very important to make the single tooth is matching. Otherwise, it's not going to match, meaning not the reflection is same, and I want to get the same reflection. So I want to get this, so like tilting a little bit, but I want to get same reflected, and then they can tell this is a high value, low value. So these kind of things you have to analyze the JSONTs and then write it down. Then you know better. Okay, so don't panic. Spend time with you, because I'm your mentor, right? I know a lot of technicians only work for the money. You don't have to, all right? Just look at this, do your job correctly, and then someday, one day, you can do better than other people, and money comes to you. Okay, so don't be afraid. You want to do like this, which is a great technology, great technique, just like more than MBA. To me, if dental laboratory has some degree, PhD, this is the PhD degree, which they will pay you a lot of money because they see your work and then they pay you by hourly. Okay, so just observe it, Jason T's. So just like that, when you see the tree, you see the tree, the whole branch like that. There's no straight, but you look like straight, but it's not straight. Just like a little bit straight, but curvature down there. So when you get those kind of things anyway, you can see a little bit better information. So this is starting with the prep, and then after prep, and then we just put the warm colors in gingiva area, okay? And then we make the zirconia coping. This is exactly what I'm talking about. So I know this sounds really, really crazy, but look at this. I cut it from the model, okay? That's exactly. And then I make the root prep. Sometimes I do, not all the time. Yeah, I'm not that much crazy, right? I'm trying to show you. Look at this implant side. Just like CJ is perfectly matching on the other side. Okay, so this one will be neck. Well, you see here's a reflection side like this. That's I have to figure it out like that, make like this. Okay, so that one is a fun part. Then you can show them to better. Hey Tommy. Okay, so now baking. So after fire it, then you have to see the eggshell types, or the orange peel. So proper bake. I don't like the over bake, shiny. I don't like the under bake. Okay, so all the time I talking about the cook, just like that. All right. Okay. So then I can curvature to follow the other Jason T's. Okay, what is this? Okay, I see the here lobe, see the here lobe, see the here little bit lobe down there. All right, I see this white color, but here's discontinue. Okay, discontinue meaning here is another lobe, horizontal line down there. Anyway, okay, so occlusion view is very important. Not only facial, occlusionally you have to see same as just like other sides. Okay, other side like this, like this. You see the curvature over the top like that. Okay. And this is a final polishing and glazing together. So after that, I can get the same proper texture in between teeth. From my explanations, um, Hi, Kira from Mexico. This is kind of really interesting. All right. Um, and then here's incisor view. I can talk. Okay, so only incisor 1/3 here. Okay, this area. All right. Now this is another crazy photos here. So you have to see what exactly thickness from the coping, dentin, enamel, and then you can copy like this, which is the kind of little crazy things, but it's added together to make the correct color. This is the very important photo, which is what my theory. This is not my theory actually. This is we're talking about the natural colors we discussed together about these from the natural tooth. This is kind of a little low value translucency, and here is a high value. But whenever I cut section to tooth, and then you can see here is the dentin exposure. After I cut it everything, you see that this is a prep color. So now you have to talk about the or a veneer prep is better or crown is better. If the regarding the question is the crown prep is better or veneer prep is better. I'm just like dentist. I'm not a dentist, but I'm a dental lab technician. So I'm not give them patient consulting. But I like the veneers because you prep the less, prep the minimum prep. Sometimes you have to prep more, sometimes prep proud. So regarding the tooth, you have to preserve the tooth enamel as much as possible. I totally agree with the dentist. So this video, that's why I give the really good point. So technician between you and I, you have to earn the doctor's respect. Meaning, doctor did not know. All right, they think they know. I would say 70%, 30% dentists they're really good, really well. But think about it. We evaluated. We sat down to choose material selections. We building final house. So we know exact detail. You know what the detail meaning? Yeah, some people said, look, I want beautiful teeth. I want beautiful house, right? But what I'm asking you, number one, I'm asking you, what about the framework? You know your framework. All right, so I have to build the framework really well, right? Then hurricane or pandemic, whatever, is still there, right? And then we're building. What is the bathroom? Where? What about kitchen? What about how many bedroom? What about we everything details the same things we could talk about this, talk about the from here, and then we could build the final house. So that's why we have to give them some more information to the dentist because we saw that. We'll recommend them, hey doctors, you don't need to prep. Doctor surprised it. What? I don't have to prep? Yes, you don't have to because I can make outside. Where's margin? There's a common question. Look, where's the margin? I said, there's no margin because you did not grind it. You just smooth down. So there's no decay. Oh, makes sense, right? Whenever doctor prep it, and we have to matching the margin perfectly. Otherwise, they get decay. Eventually, they destroy the entire tooth. So no prep is excellent, is better. But when I have the no prep cases, and then we cannot make it because I don't want to make bulky. So some people ask me, hey, look, you know, some people's want regular, mean the snap-on kind of the types, and there's bulky. Yeah, you have to make bulky, otherwise it will break. Okay, but what I'm talking about permanent. They are talking about long-term kind of provisional types. Maybe 3 year, 5 year, take it in, take it out, right? But ours permanent, just like that. That's what I'm talking about. I like no prep, but depends on the situations. I like the minimum prep. Here's a worst scenario, crown prep. It's more easy and we can go. So you can see this is occlusion view, the finer, and this is the fake tooth restorations. Okay, how many minutes we talk? 30 minutes, right? The tooth central, and then we just trying to finish, put it in the mouth, and then I see it's not permanent. So whenever I see the patient, and then I all the time see the differentiation between tools, especially here, which is I did not push all the way, but I got the same white horizontal line and with other translucency, and I wish I could have this, but guess what? I don't see my eyes because whenever I took the macro camera, then I can see. That's the funny thing. Hey, thank you, Tommy. Thanks for your support. And same things. Remember, you asked me how can you mask these teeth from here? Okay. So what usually I do is just trying this. So you can do with the composite, which is I did it gradient composite, and then I mimic exactly like this. How did you do it? You can put the here separator or rubber sack, and then you can use the A4 or A5 color, and then we push together like curing. If still not right, you can put the more stain over the top. Right? Why I'm doing this? Because I want to see what look like this. So whenever I try, right there. This is my final moment, just like I would like to share with you, right? So I can get slightly gray, but I can mimic with the finer contour and then finer informations with here, with the value, and then with the medium value, and then here's the enamel, just finish mob. So when I take the different color, which is same thing, I show you this one, and then finer. So how can I get the better enamel color? Because whenever you work with a company, the enamel, they already has a really thick. So what I do, and then I made really thin, you see here, and then I baking. You see, the eyes really thin bake, light blue, transparent, clear, little tan color. More interesting thing is here. Look at this here, this color. When adapt to overlay together, then we lay with the color here, there, and then we can finalize it. Okay. So how I did it? So you can make the platinum foil, and then you just baking like this here, platinum foil, and then you fire it. All right. And so I went over about photography, communications, material selection regarding kind of the bad situation and how to handle the single restorations. And this is the first time I live. I'm kind of it's okay, but anyway, thanks for watching. I just recommend just be positive. I know just like a lot of people say it's the end of the world here today. I don't think they like this or not. Anyway, they really enjoy about this kind of things. But we can overcome. So in the meantime, so you learn more about this. Definitely, you will have the same case in your future too. What did I say to you? You have to learn more. You have to do it. Spend more time. Don't worry about time. All right? Do your time. Spend time. Get PhD degree, and then your job professional is much better than your competitions. Competition all the time good. So anyway, appreciate it. You guys is watching it, and see you next time. I'll get another video for you soon. Thanks a lot. Good job.